Hey, welcome to the first episode of Ask the Personal Trainer. I'm Nicola Riley, your host, and I'm going to be answering your questions weekly on this video podcast show. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me, the personal trainer, please make sure you send them on in, because I would absolutely love to be able to help you out from the comfort of your own home via the interwebs, and I want to be able to help you achieve real health and wellness. So today, for my first question, I've got, hey Nicola, my 3-year-old has today been diagnosed with asthma. At this stage, it is only triggered when he has a cold. Last winter, he had the colds left, right and centre. At times, there was only 2 weeks from the start of one to the start of the next, and on occasion, he had some breathing issues in between. We've been on a break since early November. So we've had a break since early November. However, now with the cooler evenings and mornings now, just beginning, my son has had his first cold for the year, and on Friday triggered what we now know were his asthma episodes. I'm thinking perhaps some sort of supplement may give his immunity a boost, but I prefer something that was not loaded with the rubbish and not hugely expensive. Is there anything you can suggest, or any specific foods that may help or hinder his situation? I do remember correctly there was a link between dairy and asthma. Ideally, he would be eating clean with lots of green leafy vegetables. However, it's very much a work in progress on this score. Thanks in advance for any suggestions and for all that you do. Okay, so this is a really good question, and it does come back to digestive health, and it does come back to making sure that he's got really good digestive system, because 80% of your body's immune system comes from your digestive system, and so you want to make sure that he's not eating any foods that are inflaming it or any foods that he might be intolerant to. So I do get that he's a 3-year-old and that's going to be fussy at times, but this is where you're going to want to really make sure that he isn't eating lots of processed foods, sugar, and ideally you'd want to remove gluten from his diet and see if the asthma improves. And if you don't notice any difference with the asthma, then you may want to look at removing the dairy as well, because like I said, the digestive tract is linked to the immunity. So if he is eating things that are causing the digestive tract to get an imbalance or to not have a good balance of good and bad bacteria, there could be some damage happening in there, and there could be inflammation. And any allergies and asthma like inflammation within the body. So you want to make sure that you are really sure of what foods he is eating, and that they're the right types of foods. So the best place to start is, it's the same with us adults, it's making sure that he's eating really good, clean, nutrient-dense foods. Get rid of the processed packaged foods and make sure that the foods he is eating is right for him. And then you want to start to add in foods that is going to help with the digestion. So this is where you want to introduce your fermented foods and see if he can get into things like sauerkraut or kimchi that you could be making them at home yourself. You could get into yogurts. So if you do keep the dairy, make sure that it's dairy that's providing him with good quality probiotics, so you're rebuilding the beneficial bacteria in his gut. Then you also want to make sure that you include lots of things like bone broths and gelatin-rich foods to help bring down any inflammation that might be happening in the digestive system. So my main thing would be, first, like you said, that he is eating kind of a clean diet. I would try and really make sure that he is eating a clean diet. He is a 3-year-old, and I do get that it's hard, but it's what you decide to put there for him to be eating, and that's what's going to be helping with the asthma. So try it out, cut out the gluten for 30 days, see if the asthma and the allergies disappear. And then if they don't, then you may want to look at dairy as well, because they do go hand in hand. Because when you've got any sort of damage in the digestive tract, the microvilli where lactase is produced is lost, and this is what you need to be breaking down your lactose out of your milk. So you might try that. He might be able to have butter and cream, or some of your yogurts you can make from home that don't have as much lactose in them. So you can play around with options like that. and see if the digestive system improves and the colds and asthma improve as well. But ideally start with clean, real food, get rid of the gluten out of this diet and go from there. And if you've got any other questions, remember, don't hesitate to get in touch because that's what I'm here for. Hey, so that was the first episode of Ask the Personal Trainer. Make sure you get in your questions. If you've got any more for me, I'm here to help you out and I'd love to be able to answer your questions on the show. And if you haven't already, make sure you sign up to the newsletter foreverfit.tv and get weekly updates of all the news, latest recipes and all the happenings that are going on at foreverfit.tv.